Greetings and salutations. And I will be reading And They Were Lab Partners by How About No, Chapter 1. Oh no you wouldn't. 2 a.m. study sessions in East Lair's library were starting to become a little more than a habit for you. Hell, you probably spent more time there than at your dorm, where you should be, sleeping, cozied up on your bunk bed. You rubbed your eyes in exhaustion. You only had a few more paragraphs of your lab write-up to do, and a chapter to read for your engineering and medical applications lecture before you could leave. It was getting to the point of the night that you considered quitting just to get a few hours of sleep before your lecture tomorrow. Or today, rather. You groaned, fully putting your face in your hands. Yeah, fuck the lab. Finishing it tonight just wasn't happening. You resolved to skim over your textbook so you weren't totally lost during the discussion tomorrow. Sighing deeply, you reached for your textbook when you saw a metal claw inching toward it. You would have fully believed that you were hallucinating if you didn't watch the claw snatch your textbook right from underneath your hands. "Hey, I need that!" you yelled. You followed along the arm of the claw before your eyes came to focus on a dark figure in a purple hoodie. You seemed to have spooked the figure for a moment. They froze, simply just staring at you for 5 seconds until they turned around and started sprinting from you. God, you were tired. But there was no way in hell that you were about to find yourself a victim of some engineering frat's antics. Man, they're really living up their recruits this year, you muttered to yourself. You took off running after them, nearly barreling into the wall as they rounded the corner. They knocked over the cart for the book returns to cut off your path. You attempted jumping over it, but your foot barely just caught on the top handle of the cart. You landed face first into the ground with a thud. Purple looked back at you and snickered. Their face was still hidden, but you imagined them sticking their tongue out at you. Ain't no way. You grabbed one of the fallen books and threw it along the ground. Going, and Purple stepped right onto the book and fell backwards, letting out a soft squeak as they fell. You seized this as a chance to run over and grab the book from them. They attempted grabbing you with the metal claws, but you batted them away as you tried to wrestle them from Purple's hand. I don't know what frat you're rushing for, but if you take off with my textbook, I will seriously burn down your entire chapter, you grunted. You had one leg pushed against their chest and were using both hands to pull the book away from them. Scoff, as if I would degrade myself to joining in an organization such as a fraternity, Purple finally spoke. He spoke with an accent that you couldn't place. He apparently decided he had had enough wrestling and used his mechanical arms to grab you by the shoulders, lifting you into the air. You clutched your textbook to your chest. He stood back up and brushed the dust off his hoodie. Now, if you please, I have a very important project that I need that textbook for, so hand it over, Purple demanded. You scoffed in disbelief. I spent $250 on this textbook. I am not about to hand it over to some weirdo who stole from me. Purple tilted his head at you. It's a library. You don't buy books at the library. You just blinked at this weirdo for a second. He was definitely a mechie. You sighed, holding the book out in front of you. Purple stepped closer. Now, was that so? You took your closer proximity as an advantage, swinging your legs up and landing your right leg on his shoulder. You pushed down with your right leg, throwing a kick up to his chin with your left, and pulling yourself into a backflip, releasing yourself from his clutches in one smooth motion. You didn't quite stick the landing, stumbling a bit, but by golly, you would have made your dive instructor proud. Purple teetered a little bit, murmuring something about Newton and Hawking before toppling over. Well, shit. There was maybe a bit more impactful than you had planned. You rushed over to him, pulling off his hood so you could see if you had concussed him. It took you a moment to register his ninja mask and green skin. Before you could even process that information, he suddenly rose to get up. Oh, Papa, I believe I may be late this evening, he said cheerily, and immediately falling back down. You just barely caught him before he hit the ground. Well, shit. Okay, so most sane people wouldn't have carried an unconscious mutant into their dorm room in the dead of night. But most sane people weren't doing lab reports past midnight, so... You placed him in your beanbag chair, wheezing from the exertion of carrying about 6 feet of mutant turtle across campus. You thanked the gods above that your roommate was out of town for the week. There was absolutely no way that you were going to be able to sleep with Purple was passed out in your dorm. So you relented to your academia demons and pulled up your laptop to finish your lab report. You guesstimated that there was a 35% chance you wouldn't make it to your classes tomorrow, but there was no reason why you shouldn't have your work done. You briefly wondered if your professors would take got attacked by a giant reptile as a good enough excuse for an extension. It took finishing approximately 3 paragraphs for you to start dozing off at your desk. You were already to leave, all caution to the wind, and go to bed until you heard the tattletale squeak of your dorm floors behind you. Purple was awake finally and trying to make his escape with your book in his grubby, thieving hands. You took advantage of his surprise and booked it to your door. You blocked his exit, covering the handle with your body. If you steal my book, I swear to God I will knock you out again, you threatened. Purple had a few inches on you, but he still looked a little unsteady on his feet. I promise the library will have its property back in due time. I just need this for... It's not the library's property. It's my personal property, you doofus, you yelled at him. You took a few breaths to calm yourself before starting again. Look in the front cover. I wrote my name like 5 million times on it. Do I need to show you my D for you to verify? The mutant looked like he wanted to say yes, but thought otherwise of it. You sighed. Dude, just pirate the damn thing online if you need the information so bad. There's no need to burglarize random kids on campus. Purple rubbed the back of his neck. Did he always have 3 fingers? What was this guy? I have ocular issues when it comes to reading on a screen. In order for me to do my project effectively, it requires that I have a physical copy. Oh, well, that's a bit more reasonable than you expected. God damn it. You sighed deeply, holding out your hand. Give me your phone. Purple looked at you like you'd grown a second head. Why on earth would I do that? So I can text you to get my book back after I let you borrow it, you stated, holding your hand out. He eyed you suspiciously. Look, I don't have any ocular issues, but I need the codes in the textbook for my quizzes. I can get by with a PDF for now. I just need my book back eventually. He kept staring at you. Dude, look, you waved your other hand at him, showing your prosthetic pinky and ring fingers. I have got physical drawbacks, it's fine, but I'm seriously going to take back my offer and kick you out if you don't agree. He continued giving you that dirty look, but relented and placed his phone in your hand. You added your contact info into his phone and sent yourself a quick text. You handed him his phone back and offered your hand to shake. Pleasure doing business with you. Donatello, he said, grasping your hand, but most people call me Donnie. Pleasure doing business with you, Donnie, you said. Sorry about knocking you out in the library. For the purpose of this transaction, let us not mention that again. Start of text messages. Quirked up. So I'm assuming you're a yokai. What flavor are you? Booty Shaker 9000. Excuse me? Quirked up. I was going to send you a frog meme, but I didn't want to offend you if you were something like a salamander or something. Booty Shaker 9000. The purpose of exchanging numbers was not for engaging in banter or meme trades. Quirked up. I bet you're a meme stealer. A meme-stealing salamander. Booty Shaker 9000. I beg you to not. Quirked up. I bet you remove watermarks and pass off memes as your own, contributing to the very real, illegal, and counterfeit meme trade. Booty Shaker 9000. There is nothing beyond common decency that is holding me to returning your textbook. Quirked up sent a link. Booty Shaker 9000. What is that? Quirked up. Your IP address, home address, last 5 recently used emails and passwords, etc. Booty Shaker 9000 sent a link. If you wish to play that game, Quirked up. Touche. Anyways, I have a quiz this Friday that I need my textbook for, if you would be so kind. Booty Shaker 9000. I will drop it off. And if you must know, I am a turtle of the spiny softshell variety. Quirked up. Cool. Quirked up sent a photo. Booty Shaker 9000. I despise you. Quirked up. Do you like quantum physics? Booty Shaker 9000. Naturally. Quirked up. Oh, good. Watch this. Quirked up sent a link. Booty Shaker 9000. That was excellent. Quirked up. Oh, I know. Also, quiz this Friday. Booty Shaker 9000. Noted. Quirked up. Hey, did you know that softshell turtles are considered the best eaten turtles? Quirked up sent a link. Booty Shaker 9000. I am unsure whether or not this is a threat. Quirked up. Consider it friendly exchange of information among pals. Smiley face. Booty Shaker 9000. I could always block you and never return your textbook. Quirked up. And I could always bust out the Cajun seasoning. We all have choices to make, Donnie, my boy. Also, quiz this Friday. Booty Shaker 9000. Roger that. Booty Shaker 9000 sent a link. Chemistry is an inferior science. Corked up. Incorrect. Why are you sending me chem stuff? Booty Shaker 9000. You're a chemistry person, and I have chemistry questions. Tell me why my reaction isn't creating the right products. Corked up. I'm your resident biomedical engineer major with a neuroscience major. The chemistry majors will eat my ass if they hear you conflicting us. Corked up. But yeah, give me a second. I'll pull out my textbook. Corked up called Booty Shaker 9000 for 43 minutes. Booty Shaker 9000. I thought the LDA pathway would produce the same result as the NAH synapses route. Corked up. It should? Is your reaction temperature controlled in a vacuum, etc.? LDA is super temperamental to work with. Booty Shaker 9000. Gah! Chemistry is an inferior field. Corked up. You can't keep dogging on chemistry and then ask me questions for your problems. Booty Shaker 9000. I think you'll find that I will do whatever I want. Corked up. You're such a dickhead. Booty Shaker 9000. And you like the worst science. Okay, you know what? You said the moment Donnie picked up the phone. Maybe you would appreciate chemistry more if you didn't suck at it. Maybe I wouldn't quote-unquote suck at it if I had any significant application to my work, Donnie quipped back. It's significant enough to have you asking me about it every 2 days, you said. It had been a weird month, to say the least. It wasn't in your 10-year plan to befriend mutants, much less a giant turtle that bullies you for your music taste and makes fun of your degree. Donnie swings by your dorm every Friday to return your textbook so you can take your quizzes. Initially, he would leave and come back when you were done, but the last few times he settled himself in your room, taking residence on your bunk bed and typing away on a laptop while you worked at your desk. He said it was too much of a hassle to leave and come back after 2 hours. You suspected you were growing on him. I hate to break it to you, but the study of biomedical engineering does in fact require mad chemistry skills, you said, walking your way across campus to the physics building. It doesn't matter how good you are at building stuff, you cannot circumvent chemistry with machinery. Donnie had been texting you the whole week complaining about chemistry in regards to his super secret project. You would have let it go, but come on, chemistry was your jam. Honestly, if you weren't so dead set on building prosthetics, you would have been a chem major in another life. Oh no, what a startling revelation. Maybe it is time for me to abandon my project and move on to greener pastures, such as underwater basket weaving, or backup dancing. He snorted. Am I finally free of your green ass haunting my dorm? My green ass, he quoted back at you, only interacts with you out of obligation. Once I figure out the section on electricity and synapses, I am out of your hair. Oh, chapter 14? We're just about to start on that in class this week, you said. Your roommate May entered your dorm, wiggling her eyebrows at you when she saw you were on the phone. She was convinced you had a boyfriend, considering you were so quick to kick her out at the same time every week. Honestly, anything to keep her from realizing a mutant was climbing in through the window. After the Krang invasion, public opinion of yokai started to become more positive. You just didn't want to take a chance to find out that your dear roomie was a bigot, or your RA. That was a different problem. Oh, Donnie said, snapping you back from your thoughts. Around what time would this lecture be? You squinted your eyes at your phone. Are you asking to come to my class with me? Would that be possible? He asked. Technically, yes. You figured your professor was pretty lax about most things. He probably wouldn't mind Donnie sitting in and on a few classes. Ugh. You'd email your professor later asking permission, you decided. Yes, but only if you buy me a coffee, you said. Why does everything have to be a business transaction with you? Is that a no? No, it's a deal, Donnie relented. But I will be judging you harshly based upon your coffee order. Oh my, how different from our usual interactions, you deadpanned. Meet me at the front entrance of my dorm at 10 a.m. tomorrow. I'll walk you over to the engineering building. Aye, aye, Captain, he said, ending the call. You smiled and shook your head at your phone. Donnie, being a giant turtle notwithstanding, was so strange. At the very least, different than most people you were interacting with. No matter how easily the two of you seemed to rile each other up, you've ended up spending more and more time together. You decided to pick up your schoolwork and head to the library to avoid your roommate questioning you. It was getting harder to get her to accept your non-answers about Donnie. You left your dorm as silently as you could while smiling to yourself. wondering about what the next day would have in store for you. End of chapter 1. Thank you for listening, and I will have a link in the description to the original story. I would like to say thank you to But How About No for letting me do this. Have a good day.